The mission of Faith Presbyterian Church is to follow the path of Christ. And our calling today is to ask what the next steps are on that path so that we can continue to follow it until we get to the place where God wants us to be. Do we follow the path by continuing to consume vast amounts of expensive energy? Can we effectively invite others to join us on the path when we have an aging building that is in need of care? Is there a way we can move forward on Christ's path by turning a portion of our financial success into investments for people in need in Tallahassee and beyond? For over 50 years, Faith Presbyterian Church has been following the path of Christ into discipleship, into community, into the future. Taking these next steps, though, is going to require that we set out together on a new journey, a journey of faith. God is leading us to use the funds raised in the capital and operating campaign to take these next steps on our journey of faith together. But above all, our greatest hope is that this Journey of Faith campaign will deepen the commitment of everyone in this congregation to Jesus Christ.
You think of operating budget as the operation of the church, continuing the ministries that we have, continuing to keep the lights on, the doors open, to increase, hopefully, those programs that we're offering to our children and our youth and our adults.
Unfortunately, our church cannot accomplish and do the things that we want to do unless we have money.
This church is doing really well. We're in a growth mode now, and it's very typical for churches in a growth mode for the money to lag behind the growth. And we need to turn that around, because if we don't, if the money doesn't get caught up, we won't be able to continue this momentum. We won't be able to keep adding the programs that we need to add to take this church to the next level.
We're adding programs, we're adding excitement, we're adding so many children to our Sunday schools and to our other programs. These cost money. You know, we want them. We have to put our money where our desires and our love will be.
We have lovely grounds. We have a lovely church. I think that over a period of years, it's just tired.
I've been here since 1973, and some of these interior rooms have not changed since then.
The capital campaign is going to give us an opportunity to make those improvements that we need.
Giving ourselves a more curb appeal and a better impression for that first visitor that walks into our facility.
An improvement in the grounds, an improvement in the interior and exterior of our church. And I think, along with that just goes an extra vitality and energy that we might feel from all of that just as a congregation.
If you look at how we are consuming energy right now, it doesn't speak well for the church, and it's something I feel that we can no longer ignore.
God told us in Genesis we need to be good stewards of the earth, and if we're consuming finite resources, we're not very good stewards. What we're planning to do with this enhancement in the capital campaign is really three different areas. The first is to seriously consider solar energy for the church. The second part of that is to do away with these 18 old air conditioning systems that are floating around this church. And then the third area that we can do is we see putting on timers on lights and thermostats, and also using low water plumbing facilities where we have to replace plumbing facilities.
Going green here at Faith is more than just going green and honoring God's creation through good stewardship of natural resources. It's also having the capital and the funds down the road to do more in other ways.
It's conceivable we could come up with somewhere between the range of $30,000 to $40,000 a year savings alone.
We are taking what we already have here at Faith. We're doing refurbishment, we're going green, we're making it the best that it can be to welcome people here, to welcome visitors here, to have our youth here.
it's a campaign to provide outreach and support to the community, and I'm really impressed and excited about that.
It's a promise that we've given to the congregation that for every $1 they give, 20 cents of it will go out to help others.
I think it's a great way to be an example to others and to really live what Jesus said, and not just talk about it and say, oh, well, you need to give your tithe, but we're doing it too, instead of saying give your tithe, but then us not following up as a church.
God doesn't call us to come here and sit for an hour on Sunday and hear His words and fill us up. God calls you to pour it back out to other people.
We've got a wonderful community. We've got a lot of problems here that I see Faith focusing on.
When we get the feedback of what a difference that 20% has made, when we see what a huge difference a little bit can make, I think it makes you want to give more and keep doing it.
I have great hopes for this campaign because we are on this path, we're traveling this path to fulfill the greatest hope of all, namely sharing this joyous good news of Jesus Christ with the whole world.
So much stuff has happened to me to just make me grow up and become a better person, and it's thanks to this church.
My life has been tied up with the life of this church pretty thoroughly, and that's a joy and a satisfaction to me because the church has prospered and I didn't hurt it much.
It doesn't matter who you are or what you are. At this church, you're accepted. And that's why I think it feels like family. It's a loving acceptance. And I think that's very rare.
It's my family. You know, we fight and we love and we make up and we move on. And without this, the rest of my life would be kind of drab.
It has given me more than I can even be able to express. It's been everything I've been looking for.
I believe for this capital campaign to be successful, it's for everybody to give whatever they feel they can so that spiritually we can grow as a church and make a difference as a congregation.
I think if someone says, okay, I'm going to help you put this facility in shape, and let's say they say, I can't do much, but what I can do, Lord, you can depend on